Started. My name is Sydney Folken. If you weren't in the last class, touch about me, a little bit about me. I have been working with CEF mostly in Omaha, Nebraska. Go ahead. In Omaha, Nebraska, that's where I am from. And I've been working with CEF Omaha for as long as I can imagine. I was saved at a 5-day club that my parents hosted in our backyard. I helped my dad and my family with Good News Club when I was like 9 and 10. And then when I was 11, I went to CYIA, the youth training camp for CEF. I went to the Omaha chapters, CYIA, and I've been doing that for over 10 years. And I just really love CEF ministry. I love summer ministry. I love school ministry. I love just all the different pieces of it. And I hope to be able to give that experience to you. And to gain from your experience as well, because I know that you all have so many years of experience combined in this room. I also go to Moody Bible Institute. In a couple of days, I'll be headed back for my senior year. I am here in this summer for my academic internship that was a requirement. So I connected with Patty and we ended up being able to make it work. And I have felt so blessed to be here and just to learn from Patty and her team and to just bring, a different set of eyes to it. Okay, so that's just a little bit about me, but I know y'all are really here to hear about how you can hook kids in 8 seconds with introduction. So let's get into it. I've got a little video for us. It'll play.
The problem with pillows is that you're trying to fit a round peg into a square hole, or rather a pillow-shaped peg into a shoulder-shaped hole. This is Sydney. Look at the space between her head and her shoulder. It's a square.
We can't hear.
Sorry. Amelie, are you able to turn it up at all? No, she's not. That's okay. The point of it, it's a commercial, and it's telling you about a pillow cube. Did you see what he was talking about on the screen? It was like a pillow that was in the shape of a cube. The idea is that a commercial hooks you in a short amount of time. That's the goal of a commercial. The total length of the commercial is 1 minute and 31 seconds. And his introduction to the commercial is 31 seconds. Very, very short. Imagine if you were seeing a commercial coming through on your phone or on a laptop or on a show or whatever. You really want it to hook you in a short amount of time. That's really the entire idea of advertising, is to just get it in a short amount of time. So that is the goal of this class, is to show you how you can use 3 steps: show, ask, and tell, to grab kids in a short amount of time and grab their attention. You want to show them something. This guy in the commercial, he goes, "This is a pillow cube." He literally showed it to you. He was like, "This is what it is." Then he asked you a question. He was like, "Why do you think we make it in the shape of a cube?" And that's, of course, the question that you were asking, because that's weird for a pillow to be shaped like a cube, right? So he was like asking you to draw you in. And then he was like, "I'll tell you about it." So those 3 steps, show, ask, and tell, are what we're going to learn about today, and how you can build an introduction on your own. Okay, we're going to talk about the purpose first of an introduction, because where do we use introductions in Good News Club? Where do we use them? Bible lesson, yeah. We use them in a Bible lesson and a verse, in a memory verse, right? Sometimes in a missionary story as well. Marilyn did a great job this morning in her missionary story doing a introduction, right? So, but mainly in the verse and in the Bible lesson. So then introduction, it answers the question, why this speaker? Why are you the one teaching the Bible lesson? You're positioning yourself as this chosen storyteller, right? You're demonstrating that you're ready to lead the club. You're saying, "Oh, this is an introduction to draw you in. I know what I'm doing. I know what I'm teaching," right? It establishes you. It establishes your credibility to draw their attention. Why this subject? Why this subject? An introduction should spotlight the significance of the Bible lesson or the verse. It should tell them, why are you talking about this point today? Why are we discussing what we're discussing? You're trying to communicate importance. Why this audience? Why this audience? Why, like the child who is sitting in your club, they're asking, why am I here? Why am I listening to you, right? Like, what do you have to give me? Once the introduction answers their question of why do I care, the introduction has done its job. Okay, that's the point. And then also it answers why now. The introduction should convey the immediate relevance. This is not something that they can apply in their lives 10 years from now or 20 years from now. The introduction conveys the immediate relevance. It says this is important for you today, right? In the lesson that I was teaching earlier in the demo, the word up is honor God. Is that important for kids today, right now? Yes, it absolutely is important. And so my introduction that I use for that lesson, it's supposed to convey a relevant and an immediate importance to them. Okay, so that is the purpose of an introduction. We're going to go through the process of an introduction, like I already said, with show, ask, and tell. Okay, in the commercial that we weren't able to really hear, but that's okay. Show, ask, and tell were the first things they did in under 30 seconds to show us what they were really talking about, right? To convey to you the immediate relevance of their product. So the first step is show. And I will have a handout that tells you a little bit about that, so don't like freak out if you don't get to write all of it down. But you can also ask me after class if you want to take a picture or whatnot. Okay, show. The show portion of the introduction, think of it as an interactive and engaging activity that actively involves the kids, and it sets the stage for the day's word up. I'm going to use my example that I just did in my demo lesson a lot. I'm going to refer back to that. What was the activity that I did at the very beginning of the Bible lesson? Before I even started talking about the lesson, what was the activity that I did? Yeah, the obstacle course with Tyree, right? I used a leader to help me with that. And I said, okay, we're going to do this activity. I didn't get up there and say, okay, now we're going to do a Bible lesson. Because a kid might say, that's boring. Like, I don't want to do a Bible lesson. So I didn't get up there and say, I'm going to do a Bible lesson. I said, we're going to do an activity. What kid doesn't want to do an activity, right? And so the point is for this activity, whatever it is, to be active and engaging, to draw them in. And so how did I engage the crowd with my introduction? How did I engage the crowd? Yeah, they yelled, right? What kid doesn't want to like yell and shout at the teacher, right? Like to say like, oh, wrong direction. What kid doesn't want to do that, right? So I was engaging y'all, but